Hey, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Pilot, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We're going to continue on this journey of learning just a little bit more of Chinese language by going over one Chinese expression a day. Yesterday, we talked about 无药可治, like there's no medicine that can cure this. Pretty sad situation. And today is a reinforcement of that message because they're talking about a similar concept. That's why it's fun, because I replaced, you can see two characters inherited from last expression, and we switch out to other, and we kind of express similar, but have nuancely different meaning. 不可救药. Okay, 可 we talked about, 药 we talked about, and now 不 it's a negation. So last time we have 无药可治, right? 无 it's a negation of nouns. So it's no in English, like no math, right? And okay, here the 不可, 可 is a can, is actually a verb leaning. I'm not sure, is it verb? Can? Oh my goodness. So in English, can, this word, often used before a verb, at least. So it's some action, right? Beginning of action, you can do something, right? And here's you cannot do something. And Chinese, when we negate, it's always in front of the thing you're negating. So in this case, it's a negating of a verb or a potentially verb. So 不 is using before the verb. So 不可 simply means cannot. 就, okay, here is this 就 character. We have on the left side, it's actually 求. Long time ago, we talked about 求. I have to review it to remember what exactly that is. But 求 came from this furry looking thing. So it's actually a fur coat before. And because it's fur coat, many characters, and this thing, this ... simply means horizontally spreading out furs. So it got simplified to this, and we discussed the code thing. Originally, it got the code, the clothing sign on the character. That's too complicated. So we simplify, just take out this fur thing to mean, okay, this is something desirable. This is something you want, you seek. So 求 eventually become the meaning of seeking. And the right side, we see this component often in Chinese characters. Okay, so you can kind of see the similarities here. When it got simplifying, it also kind of somebody try to convert it to a meaning. So if a person is illiterate, doesn't really know what it means, from the symbol it somehow can guess what that is. Can you see the similarity between here and here? Okay, so it's this 3-finger hand gesture. We see that a lot in Chinese, ancient Chinese. Like contemporary Chinese, we don't see that anymore. It got abstracted and into different components. You cannot tell the relationship, but there are actually 2 hands in each of the symbols. And because this fur coat thing, the coat is gone, we simply have left it with a fur, also have this hand symbol because want, it's something, your hand reaching out for. So that's the most direct, almost like just in your face, direct way to express that something you want. So you have this. And the right side also related to hand. And this actually, well, if we go far enough, this structure, vertical line plus a horizontal line, that was something used to tell fortune. I mean, I guess fortune telling was a big profession back then. We see this a lot. So with hand, you try to tell fortune. That's one explanation according to the reading of the 2 components separately. But some scholars say this when it comes pairing with this structure, the hand with this fortune telling tool structure simply means knocking, like lightly tap on something, knocking on something. I mean, that could be part of the hand motion during fortune telling as well, right? You knock on something. Like in English, we knock on wood. This knocking thing is also like a cross finger thing, is when people's action in face of the unknown, right? You knock on something. So, but this character, you're seeking something, you're knocking on something, both have hand symbols, 3-finger hand symbols in them, simply means try to stop something when combined. How interesting. Okay, one side you want to seek out, you want to grab something, right? But on the other hand, you're kind of knocking. It's like, oh, this thing, you don't exactly know what that is, so try to stop you. I mean, that's my storytelling from the two characters, like what the two hands are doing. One is reaching out, one is trying to holding back. That contemporary meaning of this is to save. To save could be like you're trying to take some really risky things, and then the other hand trying to stop you, to save you from a bad situation. So that's one way to see save. We also use this 救 next to 火. 火 is fire. So you save fire. Doesn't really mean you're preserving the fire. Actually, you save people from the harm of the fire. And if we're using it as the stop, this reaching out, stop motion, meaning that makes sense. Like you try to stop the fire from spreading further, right? You try to contain the fire. That's Chinese firefighting concept. So we use this 救 pairing with the fire. So instead of fight the fire, we stop the fire from spreading. So that's our firefighting. Okay, so again, we have a negation on the action of 可, right? The can, save, so cannot save. And here, because this Chinese formation with 4 characters, we cannot add in more information there. So the connector word, Chinese doesn't really have much connector words anyways. So the connector words with, met was skipped, parenthesis, skipped. But in the whole context, the 不可救药, we kind of can see that this is trying to save somebody from dying, I guess, with medicine. And this is a negation of that situation. So 无药可治 is like, throughout the world, there's no such treatment. There's no such cure. And here 不可救药 is tonally, connotation is a little bit different. It doesn't talking about, it's not about there's no medicine. There are medicine. But in this case, it's like the patient passed that threshold that you can use medicine to treat, to cure, to save this life. It's the patient that's you cannot save anymore. So I guess just like commonly known cancer, early detection can save your life, but if it's too late, phase 4 or something like that, it's too late to save. So that's the kind of, we're talking about the timing. This is too deeply ill to be savable with medicine. Okay, so slightly different, but still. And okay, I'm kind of try to make a light of it. 不可救药 actually talks about this person past that point that you can save with medicine. It's not about there's no medicine to be able to cure this. Okay, so different in that. So this person, the talking point, the attention is actually on the patient here. 不可救药 means this person cannot be saved. And this 不可救药 phrase actually seldom used in its literal phase. I mean, literal meaning means like this person cannot be saved, like is health issues cannot be cured. Actually, it's more mental or mindset. Somebody is fixed in their thinking, in their ways, that you cannot even talk sense to them anymore. They're stuck in their ways. So in that case, you cannot change their mind. You cannot convince them to approach things differently. So it's a kind of a give up situation on that person. It's like, okay, that person is gone. You cannot even recruit it for the purpose of what you're trying to do. So incorrigible is the English concept I picked to mean like this person is unsalvageable, like you cannot cure him or change him or her. Okay, so here I put a picture of I hope by now we all know the characters, but okay, it's too challenging. It's pop quiz for you. In the context, right? Very simple drawing, flower, a petal falling, the petal falling, and also the leaves of this drawing, kind of trying to show you the sense of the wind is passing through and the flower is bending that way. Even one petal was blown off from the flower. So the caption here, I mean, this is contemporary. It says, 花知道, flower knows, 风来过, the wind has come, has visited. So 过 is has, our past perfect tense. 来过, came here, so has come, right? This is just a way to say, to point out the obvious, I guess, and try to pass some meaning poetically. 花知道风来过. I don't know why I put it here. I kind of forget by now. I guess it's continuation with this medicine as herbal based medicine. We have this herb symbol on the top. And 不可救药 is like, okay, this is kind of dying, going, and then it's a trend that you cannot really stop. Okay, incorrigible in Chinese, 无可救药. Cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.